So we'll start by opening the 5th International Conference on Augmentative and Alternative Communication, which has been financially supported by UNICEF Bulgaria. We have had a fruitful partnership with them for years. It has also received support from the Ministry of Education and Science. We have a dedicated session on the prevention of violence against children with communicative disorders, supported by the State Agency for Child Protection, as well as ISAC, that's the International Society for Augmentative and Alternative Communication. A bit of background about our conference. It has been held for some years. So this is the 6th conference on AAC and the 5th International AAC conference that we've been organizing since 2018. We started organizing this conference following the example of other conferences in Europe and over the world in order to promote AAC. Since this was a concept that was not widely known back in 2014 when our foundation started its work. So we are still working on promoting these technologies. We continued our initial efforts thanks to the support of UNICEF Bulgaria and the Ministry of Education, which allowed the conference being accessible to a high number of experts. In 2019, our conference was dedicated to the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. The next one continued and expanded on the topics we discussed in the previous ones. In 2021, it was an honor for us to host the 13th International Conference on AAC for Eastern and Central Europe. That's a conference organized by ISAC with the aim of promoting AAC in Eastern and Central Europe. It was the first online conference, and the topic we chose then was AAC and inclusive education, since it was a very important topic at the time. And our idea was to cover some processes related to inclusive education in Europe, maybe in the world as well, and problems related to the scarce knowledge and qualification of teachers at schools concerning AAC and assisting technologies. This is still a problem that needs to be discussed and a solution needs to be found. Last year, in 2022, our conference was entitled AAC Across the Lifespan. Now, this is a very important topic for countries who are still beginners in the field of AAC, since there are no examples in such countries of people who've started using AAC as children and have been assisted by these technologies to find self-fulfillment and realization as people. when we also started addressing the conference to countries which were outside our previous target group, such as countries in Asia. So the support we received from UNICEF was for Eastern and Central Europe and Central Asia. Our aim was to gain a broader perspective on what is happening in the lives of people using AAC. And there are a lot of materials that you can find on the website concerning that conference. We had a lot of presentations on prevention of violence, and you can still find them on the website. And now moving on to the conference that we are attending today. So it's the 6th conference on this topic and the 5th one in this cycle. And this time our topic is AAC beyond the AAC system. Now, if we want to interpret it, the idea here is that in countries where the access to high-tech AAC is limited, and this presents a major obstacle. There have been a lot of studies that the availability of a system is not sufficient, since it needs to be used by the end user, and a whole system needs to be put in place so that these people can receive support for sustainable development throughout their lives. So we decided this is a very important topic for Bulgaria now that such systems are entering the education system, thanks to the efforts made by the Ministry of Education and Science. And I hope that you will find it interesting and useful. Now, the reason I made this interpretation is because some of our speakers needed clarification. I believe now it is clear what our idea was. And we have the support of UNICEF, the Ministry of Education and Science, and ASSSIST, through all the speakers that will be sharing their expertise and experience, helping us speed up the entrance of these technologies. And in this respect, I would like to express our goal, who supported our conference and without whom we would not have been able to achieve the level that it is at right now, and perhaps we might not even have been able to organize such a conference. First and foremost, that's Stephen von Techner, Christine Stavstad, Ms. Unit Hegel Carnelli, who has been with us at all steps of the way, helping us with experience from practice, policies. She is currently president-elect of ISAC and director of the National AAC Center. Sincere gratitude to Ms. Aldona Misakovska-Damczyk, who has also been with us since the very beginning, giving us advice and sharing really useful experience from Poland, which I believe has 20 years of experience in this field. Ms. Dorothy Fraser, I hope she can hear us. She has been extremely helpful as well. She worked for many years in Eastern Europe, Romania and others, and gave us invaluable advice about the people that are active in the field and that could be useful. Ms. Juan Borman, former president of ASSIST from South Africa. We've been in close contact with her for at least 3 years in relation to the prevention of violence against people using AAC. She's world famous expert in the field with a wide range of awards, and it is an invaluable opportunity for us to have her support. And we're really glad to see all the achievements that she keeps on making. And last but not least, Ms. Neta Benzev from Israel, also working in the field of prevention of violence. She's associated with a large-scale project in Israel that is working on training specialists and professionals in the investigation of crime involving people using AAC, a project that has been ongoing for 10 or 15 years. And she's been sharing her experience with us so that we can start implementing similar system in Bulgaria. Naturally, I cannot but miss a large number of people who have contributed to this conference, since we're limited in time, but I would like to assure them that they have our gratitude and that we really appreciate their help. If you look at our website and the materials and information about all the conferences that we've held, you will see how many people have contributed. This is a photo that I've been showing for several years. It's from the first international conference. You can see Ms. Dorothy Fraser, Christine Stadcliffe, Professor von Techner and UNITEF. And this one includes the organizers of the conference. Now, I think we have achieved some progress 5-6 years later, but we have kept the enthusiasm to organize the conference. Just a few words about main topics. We received questions from participants. So you can find the conferences program on the website of the foundation, as well as information about the speakers. And I'd like to urge you to visit our website. The topic, as I said, is AAC beyond the AAC system. And plenary talk, and tomorrow we 2 more, and we hope that most, if not all, of the speakers be able to take part in the panel discussion, so that all questions from participants can be answered. And we'll close the topic at the end of the conference, which will be on the 26th, Sunday, in the afternoon. Dedicated sessions. The first one begins right after the opening, and it's dedicated to the assessment and policies in AAC in Central and Eastern Europe. It's a process led by UNICEF for Europe and Central Asia, and it's been in progress for several years now. We've been privileged to take part in it in one way or another, and you hear really important issues to be addressed in countries that want to develop AAC. Another session concerns the role of AAC in the prevention of violence against people with communication impairments. We'll be discussing it and with a discussion to which we have invited representatives of different institutions in Bulgaria involved in this process. And last but not least, the third session concerns AAC in Bulgaria. And it is of importance for specialists in Bulgaria and people working in the field to see the progress that has been made in Bulgaria. One of which is the establishment of the national AAC team, which includes experts who have made significant effort to obtain the required knowledge and skills. So this step will be really useful for the future developments, namely for the people that work in the field. Some statistics. This is the number of participants that have registered for the conference, 1,711, and we have 47 invited speakers. The numbers are close to the numbers from last year, maybe a little lower since we don't have the participation You can see the numbers of representatives from different countries: Croatia, North Macedonia, Poland, United Arab Emirates, Serbia, Hungary, Armenia, Moldova, Estonia, Cyprus, and USA. So you can see that the conference has truly become international, and we hope that all the participants will find it useful and will share what they hear here with their colleagues in the future.